In modern Western societies dominated by production, everything that was once lived has become a mere representation.
Life is presented as an immense accumulation of spectacles.
The many fragmented views of reality and the world regroup themselves into a new unity as a separate pseudo-world that can only be looked at.
All media work us over completely. They are so pervasive in their
personal,
political,
economic, aesthetic,
psychological, moral,
ethical,
and social consequences that they leave no part of us untouched, unaffected, unaltered. The medium is the massage.
The medium is the massage.
The boundaries between life, media, and consumer culture are engineered and merged seamlessly into a single entity, which is the spectacle. The spectacle is not a collection of images. It is a social relation between people that is mediated by images.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
It is not a mere decoration added to the real world. It is the very heart of this real society's unreality. In all of its particular manifestations, news, propaganda, advertising, entertainment, the spectacle represents the dominant model of life.
Because after all,
it is just the affirmation of the choices that have already been made by the ruling system. The cycle is a familiar one. People develop needs, which are then superficially met, leading to more needs, further perpetuating the cycle. Since the spectacle both introduces these needs and offers the superficial solutions, it serves as a total justification of the existing system. Though the spectacle falsifies reality, it is nevertheless a real product of that reality. Conversely, real life is invaded and altered through the contemplation of the spectacle and ends up aligning itself with it.
Publicity both promises and threatens. It plays upon fear, often the fear of not being desirable, of being unenviable. It suggests that you are inadequate as you are, but it consoles you with the promise of a dream.
A new reality emerges within the spectacle as life imitates it, and the spectacle becomes real. At first inspection, the spectacle is an affirmation of appearances and an identification of all human social life with appearances.
This state of being envied is what constitutes glamour. And without social envy, glamour cannot exist.
But a more in-depth and critical investigation reveals that the spectacle is a visible negation of life, a negation that has taken on a visible form, as life is reduced to a single dimension of appearing.
I'll have what she's having.
The spectacle presents itself as a vast, inaccessible reality that can never be questioned. Its sole message is what appears is good and what is good appears. Since everyone is a part of it and wants to be part of it, no one questions it.
Just as pre-shaped parts became components of, say, an airplane, human specialists became components of a great social machine.
The passive acceptance it demands of us is already effectively imposed by its monopoly of appearances, its manner of appearing without allowing a reply. Popular culture and society in general are a one-way discourse rather than a conversation. In this one-way discourse, just like in show business, talking back has undesirable consequences. In the spectacle, which is the visual reflection of the ruling economic order, goals are nothing, development is everything. The spectacle aims at nothing other than itself. The spectacle is able to subject human beings to itself because the economy has already totally subjugated them. It is nothing other than the economy developing for itself. When all of the experiences of the real world are distilled into images, These images become real beings, dynamic fictions that provide the direct motivations for people's hypnotic behavior. By flattening experience to a single sensory dimension, the spectacle philosophizes reality, reducing everyone's concrete life to a universe of speculation. Philosophy was never by itself able to supersede theology. Much in the same way, the spectacle has not dispelled religious beliefs, but instead brought them down to earth and to all things material. The illusory paradise that represented total denial of earthly life is no longer projected into the heavens. It is embedded in earthly life itself. As long as necessity is dreamed up by society, dreaming will remain a social necessity. The spectacle is the bad dream of modern society in chains, and ultimately expresses nothing more than its wish for remaining asleep. Everyone is preoccupied with looking for happiness in the cycle of desires, purchases, and appearances. They do not want to wake up to deal with the lucid world issues, such as the environment, poverty,